Fibro Man here. Thanks for joining me on our channel. If you're new to the channel, especially if you have fibromyalgia, this is for all of us. That's why it's called the Fibro Man Superhero channel, because we're all in this together. If you have fibromyalgia, you're not alone. There are a lot of individuals who know what you're going through because we're more than likely going through the same thing. So again, if you're new, thanks for joining. And today we're going to take a look at more of the management of some of the physical type pain. We touched pretty heavily upon the mental health and cognitive. So if you haven't watched those videos, please go back and revisit that. I spent a lot of time on that because I really believe that if you can't get that part right at first, it's really hard to move forward, especially if you're dealing with the moods and depression and all of that. So, and that can be really a battle on a long road sometimes trying to figure that out. I know it has been for me, and I feel like I'm in a better place than I have been. So, hopefully this helps with the physical part. I want to just go back over real quick what the goal of the Fibroman channel is to this point, and if you want to add some things, please feel free to do that and leave it in the comments. But the goal has been to define fibromyalgia and symptoms, and we've already put a lot of information out there on that. I actually put a goal of the channel is to encourage preventive information or preventive ideas about fibromyalgia. I know that might be a little new. I don't know if I really hear a whole lot about a preventive aspect. Now, once you have it, it's chronic. So please understand, I think, what I'm going after here is if you have fibromyalgia and you don't want somebody else to go through the things you've went through. So if you don't have fibromyalgia and you're watching this, please hang in there and watch some of the videos, because it's really important to learn how to handle how to manage stress and anxiety, and even what that is. It's defined in some videos on my channel, and that's what the preventive part is just trying to work on encouraging others around us and helping them so that potentially they won't have to get to that point where it becomes a chronic condition. I think we'll hit on that a little bit heavier at some point. But the other part is what we're getting into right now is the management part, which is like education and support as far as information on how to help with some of the physical pain and stuff like that. Management, though, also does include the stress and anxiety, the mental health part of it, like I just mentioned. And I want to encourage you to make sure if you have some ideas that you share that in the comments, because other people will read that and it maybe be helpful. Other part of the goal of the channel is to again encourage others who have chronic pain and fibromyalgia, which fibromyalgia is a chronic pain condition. So we want to really stick together and encourage each other as we're going through this. We need that support. And then the last thing that I had as a goal was a hope for standardized testing, and lastly, a cure. So I think that's important to at least have that last goal out there for a cure, because it gives you hope, and we certainly need as much hope as we can get. So the first item I want to share with you is called Tiger Balm, and I actually, let's see if I can get it on there. It's a neck and shoulder rub. So they have products that are for specific areas, and it's a topical pain relieving cream, and it has a vanishing scent. So Yeah, if you don't like that really strong menthol smell, this is a really good choice. So you just kind of rub that in your shoulders or whatever. I want to offer a disclaimer though too, as I talk about some of these treatments for or therapies or whatever for our muscles and joints and all that stuff, is that I'm not a physician or clinician, so make sure that you talk to your medical professional to get their opinion on the products and if it fits for the purpose of your condition. So that's a really good topical. There are other things as far as the for helping with arthritis and different creams and stuff like that. So you just may have to do some research on some of that. You know, a lot of good cooling gels. But as far as a Fibroman recommendation, definitely. And my Fibro buddy, I gave one of these too, and she really likes it a lot. But I want to start with another recommendation. If you have muscle pain and trigger points, this is called a 10-7000, and it's used for electrical stimulation of your muscles. And make sure you read your owner's manual on this thing. But I'll show you. It kind of looks like a transistor radio, but it has controls up here at the top. I'm not very good at this. So these controls go from like 0 to 10. I'm sorry, 0 to 8. 0 to 8. And as you progressively go up, then the stimulation gets stronger. So I'm usually around a 3, 3.5. So be really careful, because the goal is not to cause more pain, right? So there's just wires that will hook up to that, and the wires will hook up to one of these pads. So I would also recommend to make sure that you stick with the official 10-7000, if that's the brand or whichever brand you buy, and don't go generic. I did that one time, going generic, and I turned it on and shocked the crap out of me and scared my wife. It really was a shocking experience. So this comes in a really handy carrying case, so that's really nice. And you see the wires there, and then I'll show you the individual pads. Please make sure you follow the instructions on that, on how to use it. So here's the pads and the electrodes, and they're flexible. So and it's got a sticky part, so you end up, this peels off, and then you put it on your. The cool thing is, you can put like on your shoulders, and then you can put them on your lower back, because if you see the electrodes here, there's one for like a left and a right. So you can do left and right shoulders, on your shoulders. Make sure you stay away from your spine. You don't want to do that. And then on left and right lower back, or wherever the area is that you need that. So I guess since we're talking about the lower back, I invested in a really good lower back brace. Is called a Mueller. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. But it's really nice because it's heavy duty. It has a second strap here with Velcro, so it lets you get it to the tension that you need to give you that support and everything that you need for your back. So something else when you're talking about your muscles, there's some really good massage guns out there. This is an ancient one. Check this out. This is probably back in the 1960s. It's by Hitachi. It's a HTV 350. So it's a massager, and you just kind of get that up and stay away from your spine, but try to hit on the stay in the muscles with it, and works on your legs and all that. But there's obviously some newer, better technology, I'm sure, massage guns out there. And again, I would recommend starting low on settings, because with fibromyalgia, you know as well as I do that doing something to try to help sometimes flares something up. So other products out there are like therapy canes. This is a really nice one. It lets you kind of get in. You can see how the nub is on here, and get in and work on your shoulders, your muscles there, just applying some tension and kind of working those knots out. If you have fibromyalgia, like I do, I have trigger points, so those muscles actually knot up, and it's horrible, and especially at night. So I got to work on that myself, maybe getting in the habit of doing some of this before I go to bed, and I might sleep better. I forgot I've got another therapy cane it's a monster one. I mean, it's got like so many different nubs on it, and I like it better because it lets you reach back further. And I paid the least amount of money for it. I think I got it at a yard sale, but it lets you get way back and then kind of work your way up each side of your spine. So look for products like this that may help you. The other thing is heating pads. So this one right here, Soft Heat, is a really good one. And I have another one that's microwavable. It's really my favorite one because it can wrap around your neck, and it has like these little handles on each side of it, and it lets you kind of put a little bit of pressure. I even use it to work a little bit of movement too. I wish I had that one with me, but I had placed it somewhere else, so I'll just leave it at that for now. But it has like those beads in it that you can put in the microwave. It's real soft, and by far my favorite. I'll do it on I'll show it to you on one of my short videos sometime. Sometimes cold is useful, and my wife found these little things at I think at a thrift store. So you can fill that with water and then freeze it, and then you can apply this to certain areas. So, if the cold treatment works better than the hot. Kind of going back to your back again. And during physical therapy, they taught me how to use like a tennis ball, or this is just a rubber ball. But if you stand up against a wall and you kind of drop this back below the wall, and then you kind of move up and down and let that ball just kind of, let me do it this way, let that ball just kind of roll up and down the side of your spine, not right on your spine, but just right at the side, and then work that on both sides, up and down. And you're doing that with your movement kind of going up and down, to kind of bending your knees and letting your back come down along the wall where the ball can roll in those areas. Another thing for therapy that I did is to work on hand strength, and it's almost like a modeling clay. So here you can kind of see it. So you just kind of squish that and work it in. It actually feels really good. It's kind of therapeutic just in and of itself that you do that. But it helps, and it actually helps to relieve tension too. I want to get into another video a little bit further, explaining some other ideas with relieving tension. We'll be a little more specific on that. And I want to tell you guys something. I don't have all this stuff figured out. I don't want you to think that like I'm some kind of expert with knowing how to do everything, because I'm not. And to be honest with you, a lot of times I feel very inadequate trying to help others when it's so hard for me to even try to figure out how to help myself. But I think the main thing is the trying part, and that we're trying to love and encourage and support each other with all this. Let me see if I have any other. Yep. Okay. I guess that's it for right now. So thanks for joining me, and I really appreciate any time that you're clicking on the likes and you're commenting, because it lets YouTube know that the channel is worth somebody else taking a look at. And it actually promotes the channel. And if you're in a condition with your fibromyalgia that it's debilitating, and I've been there, and it sometimes goes back and forth, so I understand that. But if you're able to watch this video and you're able to click on a like, or you're able to put a comment in there, you're actually doing something that's helping others. So I just want to let you know that you're appreciated, and that we're in this together. And thanks for being a superhero. This is Fibro Man signing out. Have a great day.